Hi and welcome to the next video.
Where we passage plan our way around the Thames sandbanks while we wait for the tide.
And we pass some old relics from World War II, which look more like H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds.
And we watch the racing at the Ramsgate Regatta, and we see how not to make an entry into Ramsgate.
So we're going from Queensborough today to Ramsgate.
We're going to go around North Foreland, so the passage planning is a little bit interesting. We're currently in Queensborough, which is Isle of Sheppey, so it's about 30 odd miles to the corner, and we chatted last night about what the course might be, what you could choose. So there are a couple of options. So this is Queensborough and there's the main channel out of it. You can either go up this north channel, which is called the Princess Channel, and round, or there is a channel that runs through here, but it's very shallow, and you come inside Margate, in where Margate is in the channel here called the South Channel. We decided that route there was too shallow, especially in these areas across here, and not as well marked. So we're going to go offshore in the middle of the Thames, staying to the starboard side of the main channel. So this is Princess Channel. You come out the end of Princess Channel and head for East Margate. We can probably cut the corner a little bit more than the larger ships do, and then what's called the elbow, Broadstairs, and then you come into the channel for Ramsgate at the number 3 buoy, I think it is, and then you've got to call Ramsgate Harbour to get permission to come into the harbour. Yeah, all easterly is coming, so basically it's coming in on our nose, a bit like yesterday really, when we couldn't set any sail even in the later stages of coming out of here. It probably got a bit bumpy in here. Yesterday it was wind against tide, so we had to stay close inshore. The seats are laid out. We have helmsman's position. It's a nice day today, another hot day I think it's going to be. Nice little harbour, Queensborough. There was quite a lot of traffic last night, so we couldn't get alongside the berth. Yeah, there was a couple of barges and a long racing yacht, probably she must be 60 feet. It was called Holland Ocean Racing. Certainly an ex-ocean racer, and there was a full crew on there yesterday fixing up new sails and film crews and all sorts, buzzing about in ribs. So I think they're getting ready to sail again today. I think she's called Views now, but she was silk cut, so she should have been in different colours, I guess purples. I think that was the original colours. But yeah, quite a fast looking boat. 4 sets of spreaders on a big tall mast, and tatty shack sails, multiples no doubt, and big spinnakers. Bye Queensborough, hopefully we'll see you again. Lovely place to stay. Bye Sheerness and Queensborough. Nice spot to shelter and a good jumping off point for London and around the corner to Ramsgate. I think this is the BTS station, or at least the Port Authority station. I think I might read War of the Worlds again. These are the forts that protected London during the war, sticking up out of the water. They look like something out of War of the Worlds, sitting there on their stilts. Whoop, 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 whoop. We're actually sailing. We're doing about 6 knots, close haul, but come off the wind, and the wind abeam's not giving us enough to keep us ticking along, so we're dropping off to probably about 4.5 knots. Not really enough to get us to Ramsgate in time. We'll probably have to put some motor on. So this is the entrance into Ramsgate from the inside. You can see how shallow it is on the starboard side as you come in. We just touched on the way in at 2 meters at low tide. But if you come closer towards this pier, we had about 2 feet under us. But there's some crazies on the pier, as you can see. So be aware of that if it's a hot summer's day. Ramsgate Marina, with the Border Force Valiant in the background there. They've been rescuing migrants, I think, today. Going to do some bit of exploring in Ramsgate. So what are you wondering?
What the home for the Smack Boys is.
The Ramsgate home for Smack Boys, founded 1881. Yeah, it looks like it's a well-built building anyway. But I'm not sure what a smack boy is. I guess it's the fishing smacks. Wow, that's a lot of brickwork, arches for the esplanade. So this is the inner harbour at Ramsgate. There's a dock gate over the far side there. So you come in here if you're staying a little bit longer. This is a bit like Mary Poppins here. You can see Dick Van Dyke dancing among the chimneys. Chimney. Everybody remember that? You can see Akitas away over in the distance there. $4 We're still bubbling in the dish. And how's your calzone? Hot but light pastry. Yeah, good. Sport of Force Valiant going out for a night passage, I would think. Maybe to check there's no illegal immigrants coming in. A big boat, and it has some weaponry to fire warning shots, presumably. So we had a good view of the starts of the racing here at Regatta Week. You can see them out through the harbour mouth. I think race control's up the top of the tower there in the glass box. So this big 80-footer came in from the Sharon Sailing Trust. It's a sail training vessel. They've just come up from pool. And we've got a few lads that have been trained up on there. This is Akitas on the end of the pontoon at Ramsgate. It's a bit of a bouncy pontoon, and I think the Seagulls have had a way with it. And then that was the Farramin sail training boat that's just come in last night. So I have a lot of racing gear that's been taken off so that they can go racing here. And we have another oyster in here. She's a beaut. 82 feet, we calculated 25 metres. She's a mast that's going well above everybody else in the harbour. And yeah, she looks like a real cracking boat. Cool, having your own midnight, which is the name of the boat, having your own mat. How about that for a lazarette, locker and after deck? Yeah, she's a lovely boat. Goes on and on forever. I'm guessing that's one of the old cross-channel ferries with paddle wheels on it. And beyond that we've got Midnight and Akitas, two oysters. One's got a considerably bigger mast and is considerably longer. So, how are we going to get across here?
Big enough to go around.
Oh, there's another little boat coming out. That's probably why he's waiting.
I think this is open for high tide.
Yeah, I think so. So we were hoping to get across the bridge, but I think we're going to have to walk around. So the regatta's underway. They seem to be jockeying for position. I think there's already one race started by the look of it. One class. This looks like it's the large cruisers. I'm out of breath because I've climbed all the steps up here. Right down from the bottom there. Mary made me.
89.
How many? 89. Do I get a little badge? Do I get a little badge for that?
No, I'm not that versatile.
Just tacked away the boat with the black sails. The other ones come inside. Wonder what's the best position here. Tide is, I think, against them at the moment. So this is the west side of Ramsgate. The beaches and a nice cove in here. It looks like it's deeper water in the middle there, with a bit darker. Definitely swimming and beachy type. That's a great place if you're wanting some second-hand stuff. Marlec Marine. Then watched a little bit of drama, so I'll show you what happened. Oops, looks like he's gone aground. It's not good going that side of that green. Greens you're supposed to leave on your starboard side. A bit of help coming from a fellow yachty. Maybe they're going to see if we can give him a tow. Yeah, so I think he's getting his main down, and maybe they're just going to wait it out, put the anchor down and wait the tide out. I don't know. Not sure whether the cat here is waiting to give him a hand. Boat comes in here. We were right in the middle of the harbour, out here somewhere, and went aground. And then had to back out again. It's just a very shallow channel to get in there at low tide. It's supposed to be an all tide access harbour. It's not even a spring tide, so I don't think they've done enough dredging here. A bit of drama, great, yeah.
They're all on one side, you know. They're obviously trying to.
Yeah, they were trying to tip it over
around,
just to reduce the draft enough to move.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it would be. Yeah, it's a fairly standard tactic if you go ground.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that's going to help him. Or maybe he's going astern. They are getting pulled off slowly. He certainly moved away from the green buoy a little bit. Seems to be having some success. So hopefully he's not going to do any damage by pulling him off there. It's pretty much harder ground though, by the look of him. Come round into the channel. Great excitement.
Well, how could I get that wrong? I mean, it's not as if the wind was that strong, you know, that you'd lose control of it. It was just that it'll be mentioned on the dance floor tonight.
I think so, yes. I think there'll be. We have a trophy at home. It's called the Glass Boot Award. Moving now. Yeah, they're moving now. Yeah, got a better toe on it now. Yeah. Great embarrassment. Harbour Master's decided it's had enough, that they're able to make way. And I think the Vattenfall wind farm boats managed to rescue the yacht, so that's great.
Yeah. I mean, yesterday it looked like the race was finishing, and you could see the wind farm barges were coming over, and they're actually powering over. It looks like there's a race to get in.
So the cat's decided, now he's pulled him off, he's decided not to take him into the harbour. He's going to go in separately, and the harbour master, or the harbour master's launch, is going to tow the stricken vessel into the harbour. Hopefully he's not damaged anything, because if you go aground you can bend rudders and things like that, so not so good. But you can see all the sand that's been disturbed by the mark, so you can see how shallow it is. So well done, Tornado. Well, that's them under tow anyway. Coming round, and see how the tow is, where the pushing boat is actually well back on the yacht. That gives him his best control. If you have it alongside, it's very difficult to steer. That's the best towing position to get to, with the where the harbour master is now, along the rear quarter of the boat, tied on, and then you can steer and put power on as well. So I'm just coming into the harbour a bit sheepishly. So not content with one exciting entrance into the harbour, we had a second. Witnesses at the scene tell me that as he approached this mark, he was screaming at the crew to get his mainsail down, because he had to slow down so he didn't hit this boat ahead of him. And as you can see, he didn't have his mainsail down, and he did a little wiggly tack to get into the harbour, and then he did have some success in getting the mainsail down partly. As you can see, it slackens off here, and as he turns, the wind gets in the sails again. And at this point I was standing on the pontoon, and he hurtled down here. As you can see, he speeded up considerably, and then to get into his berth, he managed to get the mainsail down at this point, I think, and had to do a very quick jibe and made actually quite a good entrance into his berth, considering he was sailing at such a speed. But yeah, almost an expensive day's sailing. So it's goodbye to Ramsgate. A nice time here. It's quite a nice place to be, quite friendly. There's the moon over the harbour, so I hope that's a good omen. That's us underway to Eastbourne. So it's a moonlit night tonight. We've got the sails up, and yes, it's a lovely night. Not too much sea. We're coming up on Dover shortly.
I'm on night watch. Just started, and this is we're going towards the moon, which is quite nice. I've got no chance of seeing it, but that's Dover over there. That black bit there is the white cliffs of Dover, which do not look white at the moment. We've got a ferry coming out, and on my port side I've got a ferry coming in. There's Mr. P&O.
So that's just dawn as the sun comes up. We're just nearly off Dungeness Head now. There's Dungeness Head just in the distance there. So we've just turned about 30 degrees to starboard. The wind's now on the aft starboard quarter, so we'll maybe just pull out a little bit of Jenny and see if we can get some power from that.
Hope you enjoyed the antics at Ramsgate.
Next time we're on the move again. We're moving from Ramsgate down to Eastbourne Sovereign Harbour.
And it's a night passage past the busy port of Dover with ferries rushing by, and I survive a very near miss.
We pass by the hulking remains of a power station at Dungeness Head. Mary pilots us into a difficult berth, and we explain all about Lee Cloughs.
So please like, share, subscribe and comment. It's all free. And remember to click the bell for the next episodes. Bye!
Bye!